Hello everyone, thank you for viewing this week's video. Let's take a look at the indices and check out how they have performed and also the outlook for the upcoming week. First, let's do a quick discussion on the performance of the index last week. The US market started with some pullback but recovered well as the index sailed through the busy week bullishly. So Nasdaq especially pulled back nicely and hold above 11,434 levels and rebounded strongly to break out from its resistance. To the Asian market, STI bullish performance is marked by a bad candle on the last day of trading, while Hang Seng had a torrid week as it got dumped to break one of its key support level. So let's quickly take a look at the performance chart here. Let's go. Okay, so what we have on the screen is the performance chart. You can see that the strongest performer here is Nasdaq, which is up 4.7%. Second is S&P 500, 4.3%, about there. Then Dow 3.3 thereabout, and then or rather 3% thereabout. Then we have STI about 0.93%, while Hang Seng was down 2.3%. Okay, so very quickly, let's take a look at the US indices first. We have Dow. You can see the chart is very bullish as it broke out from 32,234 resistance last week and then moved up strongly, closing with a nice white candle on Friday, and then moving up towards 33,264 resistance. So this is a very strong showing, and there might be a chance next week this resistance may be tested. Okay, so of course, although a quick breather to this support level, 32,234 is most welcome. So if the index were to pull back there and rebound and then break out again to test the next resistance, of course, this is technically the best outcome. Why? Because it shows strength and it shows that the selling is weak and the buying pressure is strong. But of course, nobody will dislike a continuous rally to the resistance. So let's look out for how the index will perform next week. Now, S&P 500 had a very good performance as well, similar to the Dow. We can see it had a pullback here and then rebound to break out from its resistance here. So this resistance is at 4016 and it is pushing towards the next resistance at 4175. If you remember last week, I set a target which is 4012. It actually exceeded the target, and now the next resistance to watch is 4175. Okay, so there is no apparent weakness as yet. So we got to watch how the index will perform next week. And of course, I must compliment Nasdaq again. As you can see, it followed the technical sign to the point. Last week, I mentioned that this is a one black crow candle pattern, and then a follow through may cause more breakdown or more downward action, but it must hold at its support level. As you can see, it holds above its trend line nicely. The trend line holds properly and nicely. And we see a rebound and breakout over here. So the breakout was strong as it pushed above this key resistance at 12,328. And if it follows through this uptrend channel, we may see the Nasdaq reaching 12,664 before pulling back next week. Well, of course, ultimately, we have 12,999 resistance to watch around there. Or maybe I should pull that back a bit lower, 12,978. Now, if you remember, weeks ago, I did a projection. Okay, let's clear everything and then start again. I did a projection because if you remember in the video, I mentioned about this ascending triangle. So this ascending triangle, we can do some projection over here. Roughly recap what happened was the projection was about to this point, 12,737, and we are reaching there soon. Okay, so if next week the market continue to be bullish about the economic data, Okay, so moving into August, there is no FOMC, but there is a Jackson Hole meeting that the investors will be looking closely at for the update for the interest rate direction. And of course, we have this market looking at the economic data that will be released next week. Okay, so what are the data that are going to be released next week? I'm going to share this during the wrap up. Okay, let's look at the Asian market. STI was bullishly moving up over here, as you can see, but the Friday candle was pretty bad. The opening was strong, but the sell-off started at 10 a.m., confirmed at 10 a.m., and then this is a bearish sign. So technically, this is a bearish engulfing pattern, and of course, come this dark cloud cover pattern as well. And of course, we are looking at the potential downside if the index were to close below this level, 3,197. And point to note that next week, there's a lot of blue chips announcing results. Sembcorp Industry, OCBC, DBS, Wilmar, they are announcing results next week. So if the index follow through sell off like this, okay, this part of the candle, then we may see more downward movement. But of course, if support can hold like here, then we can see some rebound. So the immediate support for STI is 3,156. Okay, so next week, very crucial week for the STI. Now going to Hang Seng, I was bearish and I was still, damn right over here. Friday we see a heavy sell-off, especially the tech. Although I was right, but I don't enjoy it because I do not want to see Hang Seng in this kind of state. So the key support level was broken. The key support level was around here, 20,217 thereabouts. So the next key support level is 19,885, then followed by this support level, 19,340. So if Hang Seng were to continually go towards this direction where the selling is remains strong, then we may see some downside. Let's do a projection. So we can see a symmetrical triangle over here. Okay, as it broke down on Friday, then there's a projection level to be observed, which is about 19,523. So this is very close to the key support level over here. Okay, so wrapping up, we are looking at a very strong bullish US market. So technically, it is still strong. There's no weakness as yet. And STI face a do or die situation. Hang Seng is bearish as ever. Next week, US will announce some PMI data, manufacturing PMI, service PMI, and then non-farm payroll on Friday, which may impact its movement. Okay. Now for Hang Seng, Hong Kong is announcing its GDP data next week. Not sure what will bring it back to its bullishness, but if you follow the technical, it is still looking down. STI, the blue chips result are important. So let's see whether can they bring up STI. So thank you for viewing this video. I will see you again next week.